This is just a quick recording to try to answer a question that Heidi asked on Facebook. So I'm going to start at the very beginning, Design Sew Quilt, Start New. And yes, I'll replace it, and I'm fine with erasing it. Reset. So what she was asking a question about was using a path pattern to create a block. So the very first thing we have to do is we always have to have a block on our screen to be able to bring any patterns in. So I'm going to go block pattern. I'm going to say enter a rectangle manually, and I'm fine with the 10 by 10, so I'm just going to click continue. So the video she was referencing had a square pattern on the screen. It did not have the block on the screen. I'm going to say finished, and then I'm going to go down to geometric catalog, and I'm going to get the square out of there. I'm going to click on that and continue. And I'm going to move this off to the side because the video she was looking at, all you could see on the screen was just that square pattern. So it looks something like this. Although the start and end was down there, but I want to check and see if it makes any difference. Now the other thing that wasn't mentioned in the video, it said go to the geometric catalog and get an arc pattern, but if you watch the video closely, it was not the original arc. It was actually an arc that was on the horizontal. It does make a difference on your patterns where the start and ends are if you're using a path pattern. So I'm going to create that horizontal arc pattern. I'm going to say finished. And yes, I do want to add another block pattern, but if this didn't pop up, you would just say add edit pattern again, and we're going to just put it into the same block. I'm going to say yes, I'm going to use the current block, and in my geometric catalog, and I'm already there, I'm going to go to the arcs, and I have multiple ones because I've made others. I'm going to find that original arc, say continue, and I want it to be on the horizontal. In other words, I want my start and my end point to be on the same plane. So to do that, I can just drag my start point down and pop it in one corner of the block, and then I can click on stretch, anchor in that start point, and drag this down so that it's in the bottom corner. And now my start and end points are on the same plane. So I'm going to say finished, and no, I don't want to add another block. And I'm going to say finished again. And now I need to save this because I don't get to pick my patterns that I want to put on a path from my screen. They have to come from catalogs. So I'm going to save quilt or pattern. I'm going to save a pattern from the quilt, and I'm going to select that arc. I'm going to say continue, and then arc horizontal, enter, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in my geometric catalog. So I just have to go down and find that there and select, and you don't see anything happen, but just trust me, it's there. You could go check your catalog if you want to. So now I can use that on a path. So I'm going to go over to my square that is a pattern. Finished. I'm going to say add edit pattern, add pattern, path pattern, and now I get to select the path I want to use, which is the square. I'm going to say continue, and now I need to go find that arc, and here it is, the arc horizontal, and select that and continue. And you'll notice that it's going around the outside of the square right now. If I click flip Y, it goes to the inside. If I had been playing with this earlier and had a different number of repeats, that's what it would have come in as, so 12. So if that happens to you, you just need to change it to 4. Continue, and the transition right now is a jump stitch. Let's look at that. Tie off, none. I'm going to say continuous because I want this to continue all the way around. If I said none, each of these arcs would still be a separate pattern, so I could manipulate them when I came out. I'm just going to, for my purposes, say continue, say finished, and no, I don't want to add another path pattern. So now I can turn that pattern in there into a into a block if I want to. I just want to show you that it is separate from that square. And so if I want that to be a block, I'm going to go out of the Add Edit Pattern screen and go to the Add Edit Block screen. I'm going to say Pattern to Block and click on that and continue and finished. And now if I want to save that block to use over and over again, I'm going to go to Save Quilt / Pattern and select Save a Block from the quilt, and it's this one, and continue, and then you're going to give it a name, or whatever you want it to be, enter, and there we go. And then you can choose what catalog. You can start a new catalog if you want to. I'm just going to put it in geometric. And again, you won't see anything happen, but if you want to check it, you can go check those catalogs. So there's the missing pieces for that video on how to get here.